creating shapes, sometimes it's faster to work with something called a Pathfinder tool. It might not be the first tool you think about, but it can make your creations a little bit easier to create. So I took 2 boxes and I copied them several times, and you could do even more times than this to experiment with the Pathfinder tool, but let's take a look at the Pathfinder tool. So I'm going to open up the Pathfinder panel. I'm just going to drag it off to the side. So here's how you use them. And it's always by, so I'm going to select both of these boxes, the blue and red box, and I'm just going to try one. So here's a shape. It says it's unite when I hold over, and it's one object now. So it made it all red because it always goes by what's in front. All of these tools work by what's in front. So the red box is in front of the blue box. So when I unite, it makes them one solid color. But now this is one unit. It's not 2 separate units anymore. So I made a whole different shape with this one unit. But then on top of it, once I use the Pathfinder tool, I can manipulate using my white anchor this shape just like I manipulate any other shape. So I have these anchor points. I can change the shape if it didn't quite get right, but it has the idea, or if I need to make a couple varying objects that are very similar. So you can manipulate these shapes. Once you form it, it becomes a solid object, and I can manipulate it from there. So let's look at, I mean, there's a whole lot of tools here, but just to take a look at some of them, like, again, my best suggestion is draw 2 boxes on your screen to see what they do, and then you can click on another tool. This one's called minus front. So it takes the back and it chops out the front. So it's a really quick way to make it a whole completely other shape, and then again, it's manipulatable. I can change it, I can edit it from there. So it just does what it says. I like this tool, so let's look at divide. If I click and select over this object down here, I'm going to click on the Pathfinder for divide. But now it doesn't look like it did anything, but here's what it did. If I click on my selection tool, my white selection tool, I'm going to click off of the object, click on just this blue part and drag it away. Now I'm going to click off and the bottom red part. So it divides it into different chunks. So it's a whole new shape again. I have 3 shapes now because I used the divide shape. Let's see some more tools. I'm going to go back to my black arrow, my black selection tool, and try the intersect. So you can see what happens. Again, it's by the front, but where they intersect, it's not a real great original shape, but that's what's left over because that's where they intersect. So you can try all of these tools to see what they do and create new shapes. I mean, you can put a circle on the screen and a triangle over it, try to make Pac-Man. You can put a box and put a circle over it a different way and maybe make a rainbow. So there's a whole lot of different things that you can do once you get the use of the Pathfinder tool.